let's jump straight into it. Another episode with Josh on the Weight Loss for Women 40 Plus podcast. We are talking about big, juicy fucking effort today. How many times have you felt disheartened with the result that you got because you put in a lot of effort, you tried really hard, and at the end of the week, end of the fortnight, end of the month, you did not lose weight and you thought, fuck this shit. I should be getting more results for the amount of effort that I'm putting in right now. Now, do you know how many people before working with us think like that? They're like, if I just try harder, if I just do more workouts, if I just eat healthier, I will lose weight. And it is actually the biggest lie told in the fitness industry. If you just do more, you will get the results. Now, to a certain extent, I do agree. If you're doing fuck all, and then you go to doing some sort of exercise, you're probably going to see some progress. It might not be on the scale. It could be your energy, how you feel. It could be in your clothes. It could be the toning up. It could be a number of different things. But I'm kind of talking to the lady right now that, you're doing some things and you think you're doing some things right and you're just flat out not seeing the results that you want to see. Or it's just really, really, really slow. Now, in short terms, if you are putting in effort week after week and you're not seeing results, unfortunately, the effort that you're putting in is going in the wrong direction. Now, and this might be upsetting to some people, but who gives a fuck? If you're not seeing results, wouldn't you rather understand why you're not seeing results rather than piss and moan about not seeing the results? I know I'd be like, shit, if I'm wasting my time, I would like to know I'm wasting my time and I'd like someone to steer me in the right direction. So imagine this right now. This is the example I give to people all the time. Imagine you're setting up to run a 100-meter race. You're in the Olympics. You've trained for years. You've done the training every day. You've put in the time. You've put in the energy. You've sweated it out, blood, sweat, and tears, and you're getting ready to run. And the gun goes off. You run as fast as you can. You're sprinting. Your heart's pumping. Legs are going crazy. But what happens if you run the wrong way? All that effort, all that time, all that energy is for nothing. It doesn't matter how much time you prep or how much effort you put in. If you are flat out putting it in the wrong direction, you cannot win. So that 100-meter sprinter that runs the wrong way, doesn't matter if they hit a world record, if you run the wrong way, you do not get the result. You're not standing up on that podium, watching your flag go up, getting the gold medal, feeling amazing. And I see so many ladies fallen into this exact same scenario. They're trying to eat healthy, in inverted commas. They're exercising. They're doing all the right things, in inverted commas. But they just don't know. They don't know enough about the game to understand that their effort is actually going in the wrong direction. But there's one very easy way to understand if it's going in the wrong direction. You're just flat out not seeing results. It's very simple. Most things in life, when you put in the right effort and do the right things and you're sticking to the right plan, you get the result at least the vast majority of the time. There's virtually nothing in life where it's 100% hit rate every single time you do it. Look, fuck, even if you're banging in nails as a carpenter, you've been doing it for 30 years. Sometimes you're going to miss the nail. You're like, oh, and smack your finger with the hammer. It's just going to happen. 100% hit rate does not exist all the time unless you're a fucking machine, which we're not. So the idea is to see results the majority of the time you're following your process. Now I'm talking to the ladies that have been, the weight's going up, it's going down, it hasn't moved for the last 6 to 12 months. And that's most ladies that we work with. So if you're like, all right, maybe that is me right now, I want you to listen up. So imagine training, 6 days a week and not seeing results. You would be very frustrated. You're going to Pilates or you're doing group training or you're working at home. I spoke to a client, a lady before she became a client actually, literally last week. She was training at home for 20 to 30 minutes, 6 days a week. Now she wanted to lose between 8 to 10 kilograms. And she's like, I just don't get it. I feel like I'm eating healthy. I feel like I'm doing all the right things. 1 week in the coaching program, 1 fucking week, she was down 1.1 kilograms. Why? Because the coach had a look at what she was doing and goes, okay, Your exercise is fine. I don't have a problem with your exercise. I want you to keep doing it. We actually don't need to change anything there. But what the coach had to do with her is look at her food and look at her sleep. Now, unfortunately, what most people's the trap they fall into is that they're eating healthy. They cut out the processed foods. They eat a little bit less shit. They reduce the alcohol. They're not doing as much takeaway when they're trying to lose weight. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm not against that. But eating healthy and losing weight generally only overlap. Most people don't have them in the exact same circle. So we want to make sure eating healthy and eating for weight loss or fat loss is the same thing. So I've seen, this lady in particular, she was eating less than 900 calories a day. And she didn't understand. She was just listening to her body. She was eating intuitively. Now, I hate intuitive eating. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. The reason why it does not work is because your current body, your current metabolism is going to dictate your hunger. So if you imagine a little baby campfire, you're out doing your campfire, the fire's really small. Does the small fire require a lot of fuel to sustain its current size? No, it doesn't, because it's a little fire, which means it needs a little amount of fuel. But if you want a raging bonfire, you want to pump a ton of heat out of it, you've got to cook the food, you've got to warm everybody up, and you want a nice, beautiful, big bonfire. Do you put wood on it or just leave it the same size as the little one? You put some fucking fuel on there. You put the wood on there so it starts to get up and get going. Same thing happens with your metabolism. If you have a low appetite, slow metabolism, you're gaining weight, your energy's not that amazing, then why would you listen to your body's hunger cues? Because all it's going to do is teach you how to maintain its current shape. This is where most people fall into the trap. If I just listen to my body, I will get the result. I'm like, well, how's that working out for you? Last 6 to 12 months? Probably not fucking well. So the coach fixed up her sleep. She was doing a couple of things, staying up too late, getting up to go to the toilet, put a couple of strategies in place. She started sleeping through the night, upped the calories, gave her the right targets, how much protein to hit, how many calories to eat, how many meals per day, the carbs, the fats. She gave her all the targets, helped her out with her meal plans, and boom, first week, she's down 1.1 kilograms. Why? Because now the effort is going in the right direction. So if you're looking for that kind of help, you're like, shit, I need that help, then apply for the program. Jump on Instagram, hit me up at Josh Humphreys, and you might see our ads, click on the ads, or even just send us a message. Hey, been listening to the podcast, I need a little bit of help. Nice and easy. So this lady, same thing. She listened to the podcast, no different to what you are right now, and she's like, fuck it, I'm going to get some coaching. She reached out. Now she has a game plan where the same workouts per week, like amount of time, same amount of hours in the week going towards her food prep. Like she added no extra time or effort into her week. Just the coach gave her the right targets, gave her the right direction. That is how simple it is for a lot of our clients. Now, some ladies need a little bit more than that, but most ladies, they think like, oh, how am I going to lose weight? Like, do I have the time to do it? I'm like, Sally, you're already working out 4 times a week. You're already eating healthy food. You're already preparing. We don't need more time. We need a better game plan. So we just need to get an ROI on the current time, energy, and effort. All of our ladies are busy. They're working. They've got kids. They've got families. They're either single. They've got a partner. They've got animals. They've got friends. They've got responsibilities. This is not the single girl program where you're 21 and you don't have a boyfriend and you're single. You got no kids. You got no dependents. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can train twice a day. You've got time to make up weird recipes. That's not our clients and that's not our program. So the biggest thing is, it's not just about trying harder. It's not about just doing more workouts. It's not about just eating healthy. If you don't have the context to understand the targets you're meant to be hitting, then it's going to be very, very difficult to get the result. No different if your child was doing a maths exam and the teacher said, all right, little Timmy, if you're going to pass this exam, I'm going to need you to study an hour a day for the next 4 weeks. So I'm going to see, I need 7 hours of study every week for the next 4 weeks. And Timmy goes, okay, I can commit to that. And he's like, do you promise I'll get the result if I study? Of course, I promise you're going to get the result. So little Timmy's got a maths exam in 4 weeks. But unfortunately, he's a little bit dyslexic. And he picks up the science textbook, which is sitting next to the maths textbook. He picks it up, puts it in his school bag, he takes it home, and every day, for an hour, for 4 weeks, he studies the science textbook. And he's like, all right, my teacher said if I just study every day, I will get the result. 4 weeks later, he sits the exam and he fails it. Goes to the teacher and goes, what the fuck? You said if I studied every day, which I did, I would get the result. He's like, oh, that's a little bit interesting. I was very confident you'd get the result. Can you show me what textbook you were using? Pulls out a science textbook. He goes, teacher goes, shit. Okay, this is the problem. You were doing the study, the hours right. You're putting in the time, the energy, and the effort. You just were doing it in the wrong direction. You had the wrong content. Again, exactly the same as most ladies before they start with us. They're just doing the wrong things, unfortunately, and it's not getting the result, and they feel fed up, they feel frustrated, and they feel cheated. I felt as if I deserved to get the result because of the effort that I put in. If this is you, it's time to get a coach. Like, you cannot just keep banging your head up against the wall expecting to get this result. If you haven't seen results in literally the last 14 days, you are 100% doing the wrong things. Like, there's no two ways about it. Especially if you don't have any major problems, like fucking thyroid problems, or you're on heavy medications from the doctor. If they aren't the top of your fucking problems right now, then you are definitely doing the wrong things. Go get some help, get some coaching, solve the problem. Is it going to cost money? Of course it's going to cost money. Everything costs money. You're using someone's time, you're using someone's expertise. You don't go to the fucking supermarket, load up the trolley, and then just walk out. You got to pay for the resources. You go, hey, you want to fucking have a nice cooked meal? Well, you've got to go get the groceries. You're not going to be eating thin air tonight. No different to anything else in the world. Problem, solution, it's going to cost some money. Is that ideal? Absolutely not. It'd be lovely to have every solution for free, but it just doesn't work like that. So suck it up, spend the money, solve the problem, close the chapter on this, and live your life without worrying about weight, because you're probably worried about it for far too long. All right, ladies, nice and short, nice and sweet. I'll be catching you in the next one.